Hey, Billy, how can you help explain ill morals of others who succeeded because of them?
Great question. How do you do that? So say you guys are at the cafe.
I don't know how you do it.
Say you guys are at the cafe and you're in line.
Yeah.
Then they parked in a no parking spot.
Can we just go? So let's just do the one where you're in line and there's.
Well, let's say we're walking along and Evie says, "How come Uncle Nick is parking?" You're one of the highest moral people I know, so that's why I'm still.
No, you just wind me up and then you go, "Oh, but you're good. You're good." Yeah. Okay. So what do? Someone cuts in line ahead of you in the coffee line. Sort of thing.
The kid says, "Hey, what happened? Why is that person allowed to do that? Now they're going to get what we wanted before us."
Oh, I'm not sure if I'd. I think I would. I don't know. I don't know what I'd do in that situation.
So you explore how they feel about it. Don't tell them what's right and wrong.
Okay, yeah, that's what you meant to do. Ask questions. Yep. Okay.
So what happened? And then you can say, well, how do you think the person behind them would feel? Because they were there and they waited. So you explore the emotional component of it, the social component of it.
Oh, explore the social and emotional component of it.
Yeah, don't be like, isn't he bad? Isn't he an arsehole?
Right. I feel like I've got what time is it?
So that's higher.
I've got to record.
But do you know what I mean? That's higher. That's the beautiful thing is we look at people and go, oh, they're cutthroat. They get what they want. They just push in. They don't care. They just tell everyone to get screwed and they succeed in life. They don't. The higher level of succession is that we achieve together. We have strong bonds and relationships and all that stuff. The cutthroat guy who's a jerk that pushes in.
Oh, and is that why, people say, yeah, I can sort of see now how people go, oh, society's going to the dogs or, it's all going horribly because people aren't doing that anymore. No,
but we're just not. We're in for a window of not getting much practice at it and now we've just got to keep practicing it again and bring our kids up to realise that, I remember a long time back, do you know the most beautiful bit of all of moral development goes back to a book that I mentioned, East of Eden, and I think some people might have read it off my rec. The whole point of that book, without ruining it, is the word timshel, and it's ancient scripture from the Bible, and it's about, its first interpretation was you have to be good, but what it really means is you have the choice of being good. And that's what we actually want to give our kids. We want them to choose being good. That's why really low-level stuff is like you have to sit at the table and you have to listen to us and you have to tell us about the story. That's fine in terms of building bonds and routines and sanctuaries for families. It doesn't elevate the morals much of the kids because they're just complying with a rule. Whereas if we explore it with them and say, how do you think that person's feeling? How do you think your actions will impact that other person? How would you feel if that was you? But not to tell them, not to have a go at them, but to explore it conversationally without judgment. That's how we elevate people. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, we do it all the time.
Yeah, but I don't do it with my kids.
Well, we fail at it with our kids. Last night, Evie, snatched a spoon off Charlie and I almost did it. I've got to be 100% honest, I almost did it. And she wouldn't give it back to him. And I was like...
Almost did what?
What Annalise did, because I'm throwing her under the bus a bit. She wouldn't give it back to him, and I was like trying to have a conversation with her, but she wouldn't. And so she snatched it off Charlie, and so Annalise just grabbed it out of her hand.
Yeah.
Huge meltdown, like crying, distressed, overwhelmed, and all this stuff. The beautiful thing was the power of that was in the recovery. Annalise was able to apologise to her and then hug her. And then we had the opportunity for when Evie come down to give the spoon back to Charlie and reinforce it and praise it in her. So what kids and a lot of us go through is guilt and embarrassment around our behaviours. Winnicott, the guy who came up with good enough parenting, beautifully speaks about this. Babies, they want to bite, they want to hiss, they want to lash out, they want to act on impulses, and often they do. What we want is to show a response, ow, that hurt me. It's little babies, but then we comfort them and come back to them and show the path to recovery. If we say, ow, that hurt me, put them down and walk away and scold them and hold it against them, that we then go into the realm of shame. And shame is destructive to moral development. There's so many kids running around classrooms and society that are so stuck in shame that they've built walls up around it. No one comforts them when they've failed and shows them the path back. So they're just stuck there. And unless we learn, and this is all this stuff that's coming out at the moment about, this awful stuff that authority figures are doing to antisocial teens, without sounding too cheesy, love is what brings them back, not consequences, not punishments. We're leaving them out in the cold.
This podcast is brought to you by Guiding Growing Minds, a social enterprise that aims to give all children the best opportunity to reach their potential and succeed in living rich and meaningful lives.